Hey guys, welcome to Bath Fizzin Foam. Welcome to Make With Me Monday. That's what I meant to say. Welcome to Make With Me Monday. My name is Robin French Smith. If you don't know, now you know. I'm one of the moderators in this group. And I run Bath Fizzin Foam with Amanda Aaron. And today I'm going to make some rolled bubble bars using the Wonder Bar recipe. A lot of people have asked, or I see like a lot of comments where like people are confused about rolling Wonder Bar. And I'm not going to lie, Amanda Aaron is actually like the queen of rolled bubble bars. But I'm still learning. I'm doing my best, and so my bubble bars may not be as spectacular as hers, but they've gotten better. They have gotten better. So we're gonna do it today. We're gonna attempt to do some rolled bubble bars today. I've done them a couple times on some lives. I did one in my live for my personal. That's personal. That's when you mix personal and business, which you shouldn't do. Okay. But I've done some for my personal business page. I don't know. They turned out okay. So I have my mixer on this side today. Normally it's back there behind me, but I wanted you guys to be able to see some of the textures that I talk about when I say that we're looking for a rolled. Hold on. Let me plug this in really quick. That's all. No big deal. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Just kidding. So I have all my powders from the Wonder Bar recipe are already in this mix, and all my liquid ingredients except for my rubbing alcohol are in this mix. So this is I don't know if we've updated the recipe or not yet, but this is slightly different, I think, than the recipe says to do. The recipe says to add your cocoa butter last and to add your rubbing alcohol with all this stuff. Now, if we've fixed the recipe, just ignore me. But it used to say that. So this is slightly different, and I think that we're going to update it and have kind of this little change in there. I find that my rubbing alcohol and stuff like that doesn't dissipate as easily if I just go ahead and add it all at the end and instead of trying to add it with my liquids and all that stuff. Okay, so basically this is all my powders. I have them in my stand mixer. I have this cute little trap door on here. And I just like to oh my God. I just like to mix my dry ingredients a little bit. I just need to slow down and like use correct words. I like to mix my dry ingredients a little bit. That's why I kind of like gave them a stir before I add my liquids in. I do that for my bath bombs. I don't think that it's necessarily like as important for Wonder Bar, but I do that for my bath bombs to help prevent those little like white clumps that you see sometimes in there. Thank you, Dawn, for laughing. Like, words are hard. Okay, so this mix is no longer powdery and airborne. I really hope that you guys can hear me. I didn't think about the fact that this thing is here and like the voice, the soundy thing. So, you can see it's kind of crumbly. I'm just going to finish mixing all this in. So we're going to turn it off for a second so I can scrape this and get all the good stuff in there. The fragrance I'm using today is Camu Camu from Nature's Garden. Now, apparently Camu Camu is a fruit. I have never heard of it. I got it as a sample, I think. They sent me as a sample, and I was like kind of so about it. And I mixed it with some vanilla. I'm a strong believer that vanilla is like magical. Like it can make anything smell good, and I don't really like vanilla that much on its own, but like when you blend vanilla with pretty much anything, it smells amazing. Rachel says that she can hear me. I can read this. I can read it. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, so I'm a big believer that vanilla plus anything smells amazing. So this is Camu Camu plus some vanilla bean. Now, if you know anything about vanilla bean, I get asked this question. We get asked this question kind of frequently, but like, why did my bubble bar, bubble scoops, whatever I'm doing, why did it turn brown? If your recipe has vanilla in it, or if your fragrance oil has vanilla in it, now vanilla is not the only fragrance that will, it's not the only fragrance that will discolor. Hold on, let me go get that thing. Oh my God. Vanilla is not the only thing that will cause bath bombs or bubble bars to discolor. There are actually tons of other fragrances that can cause discoloration. Vanilla just happens to be like the biggest offender, the most common offender. So yeah, I only used, so Wonder Bar calls for 12 grams of fragrance oil. So I used 4 grams of vanilla bean, and the rest that I used, the rest of the amount was the Camu Camu. So will it still discolor? Possibly a little bit, but not like a ton. Yeah. If this is the first time that you're joining a Face-to-Face Friday, I know we have a ton of new people. So if this is the first time that you're joining a Face-to-Face Friday and watching me, just know that this is like, this quality content with like the fumbling and the dropping things, that's consistent. You will continue to get that if you continue to log into and watch Make With Me Mondays. I try to be, you know, pretty consistent about being ridiculous. Okay, so, and the other thing that, and there's a video now for Wonder Bar which talks about all the different stages and what to look for the texture, etc., etc. But one of the things I want you guys to notice is like how long I really let it mix. Like I really let it mix in there for a while. I really feel like that helps with the elasticity of the mix itself, with helping prevent it from being like super crumbly once I start adding my colors and my rubbing alcohol. So, you know, that's just an important thing, is like how long you're letting this part mix in. Kayla says, don't tell me it's Friday on a Monday. I know. This is Friday Robin. This is like casual, chilled out Friday Robin. This isn't like professional, I've got it together Monday Robin. Because I do a live on my business page on Fridays, and that's usually a lot more low key and a lot more like goofy. But trust me, I'm a professional. Okay, so I haven't added my colors yet. I'm thinking the square waffles that I just did were scented with the same fragrance, and those are hot pink and teal. I don't know if I can do that. I was thinking about doing it like yellow, orange, and maybe hot pink. I don't think I've ever done a 3-color swirl successfully, so on a live seems like a good time to try that. Right? Am I right about that? Ah! Okay, let me just get one that's open. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to start off with, the recipe says to start off with 50 grams of rubbing alcohol, even though I know I need more than that. Even though I know I need more than that, I'm just going to start off with that and see how it looks. Oh my God, your thing. Okay. When I built my shop, my husband was like, how many outlets do you want? And I was like, a ton. And he was like, is six outlets enough? And I was like, no. And he was like, is 8 enough? And I was like, barely. And it's true. So like, if you're ever building your workshop, just like get all the outlets. Get all the outlets everywhere you can get them. Get them everywhere. Go outlet crazy. Okay, so this is just 50 grams of rubbing alcohol. And if I was adding, I don't know, mica, I could have already added mica. I like to add my lakes. I can add some lakes like right now. Let's add some lakes like right now. Okay, so this is half a teaspoon of yellow 5, in case people are wondering. Yeah, so let's do yellow, orange, and pink-ish, like, or at least yellow and orange. We can get yellow and orange in there. That'll work. Okay, so one of the things that people ask all the time is they say that Wonder Bar was too crumbly for them. So that either means that you need to add more rubbing alcohol, or you need to give it more time to mix. Because you see, as we're standing here talking, the mix is starting to come together a little bit. And it will continue to do that. The more you mix it, the more it's going to come together. And the more rubbing alcohol you add, the more it's going to come together. So it's kind of a balance that you reach between the two. This is basically like the beginning stages of where I want it to be though. It's starting to clump up together on the side. And kind of like these big clumps, like right there you can see there's like a big clump that it's starting to get. If I was going to press it into a vacuum form mold or a 3D printed mold, I could probably press it now. But I'm not going to do that. We're not done. We're not done. We're going to keep going further. Okay, so it's looking good. It's kind of like, it looks kind of like blue cheese right now. Like the crumbliness of it, the curd. The curd is at a blue cheese stage. Look, everything for me is food. Like literally everything is food. Yeah. This is your Cobb salad, your egg from your Cobb salad. That's kind of where we're at too. Okay, so let's start adding a little bit more rubbing alcohol, because what we're looking for is we want it to slightly stick to the bowl, just slightly, just like ever so slightly. Ooh, okay. Look at this. We're like at fondant. That's a really good pressing texture. That's actually like prime pressing texture right there. That was 20 extra grams of rubbing alcohol. But it's coming away from the walls clean. There's like no stickage, if that's a word. There's like nothing sticking on the wall at all. It's coming away clean. But it looks sexy, not gonna lie. Okay, so I'm just gonna add that was literally 5 grams more of rubbing alcohol. Just let it mix and kind of see where we're at. It still isn't really sticking to the wall, so I'm going to give it just when we're done, I'll tell you the grand total of rubbing alcohol that we used. And it's going to be, we give you a guideline, but it's going to be slightly different depending on where you live and what your humidity is like, what your supplies are like. So the guideline is kind of like a framework, and then it just depends on your recipe and how it works for you. It is slightly sticking on the bottom, but not on the sides yet. So I'm just going to add, just a little bit more. We're like so close. You just feel it. Like Peter Gabriel, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I hope that's Peter Gabriel, and I don't sound ignorant. Okay, I think that we're kind of there, and I know that it's like a really hard distinction for you guys to maybe see, but it is just like ever so slightly clinging to the walls. And that is with 35 additional grams of rubbing alcohol for a total of 75 grams. Now it's slightly sticky. So it's like slightly sticking to my gloves. That was the other thing, as like a pressed versus a rolled texture, is you're looking for it to just be slightly sticking to your gloves. Did I say 75? Strike that. 85. 85 total grams of rubbing alcohol for me, for this batch, for today. Like, we give you like a framework, a guideline, but there's not like, it's not like a hard, fast rule on it. Let me grab a bowl and, well, I guess I'll just split it like by visually. I'll just split it visually. So I'm gonna put some there. See, so it's like slightly sticking to my gloves. I mean, it's not like a hot mess, but if I was trying to press this into a, if I was trying to press it into a pressed bar, like if I was trying to use a, y'all, what's the word I'm looking for? If I was trying to use a vacuum formed mold or a 3D printed mold, it would probably be like a little too sticky for that, right? But for a rolled bar, we're gonna be good. Okay, so I'm gonna dump that back in there, and let's add just a tiny bit of Red 27 Lake to get an orange. And then to the last section, we're gonna add even more Red 27 Lake and see if we can get like a fuchsia kind. Fuchsia? Is fuchsia pink? Like a fuchsia color, I think. Oh, Phil Collins. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, so now in the mold, in the mixer, you can probably see a lot better what I was talking about it sticking to the side. So it's just gonna like kind of slightly stick to the side. I'm gonna add just a little bit more Red 27 to it. The reason that I wanted to cover a rolled Wonder Bar, not only because I've seen a lot of questions about it, but if you guys don't know yet, this week, April 1st, Amanda and I are launching the Fizz and Foam Challenge Club. And I feel that being able to nail a rolled bubble bar will probably be, I just get the feeling that would be helpful. If you could nail a rolled bubble bar, you might find that helpful. So I just wanted to give a brief / not so brief breakdown of it, showing you guys step by step what you're looking for and what is going on with it. Just saying. If you don't know about the Fizz and Foam Challenge Club, it is brand new. Amanda, Aaron, and I have been just excited to plan it, nervous to plan it. It is a free bath bomb and bubble bar challenge club that we are launching April 1st. You can go to bathfizzandfoam.com and sign up. It's free if you purchased something from us in the past. We already have your email, and so you don't have to go and sign up. We'll send you an email. If you purchased something from us in the past and you don't want to sign up, you don't like that we have your email, don't worry. We're just going to send out one little thing, and then, you know, if you want to opt out after that, feel free to opt out. We're not going to make you do it. we're just not going to make you do it, so there's that. But yeah. Okay, so this is more like yellow, orange, and orange. But that's okay. I like this. I like where this is going. I'm going to stop right there. Scrape my side so I get all that like goodness in there. And like I said, it's a little bit sticky, but I'm not like you know, in a hot mess trying to change my gloves and, you know, worried about what's going on with this. It's not too bad. I don't feel like it's too bad. Okay. Now I'm gonna push my mixer out of the way and this guy out of the way. We don't need you. Goodbye. Goodbye. We're done with you. Yep. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna use some freezer paper. Now I am still legitimately learning how to make like a really good bubble roll. I've done like a couple that were like, hey, that's a solid bubble roll. Yeah. And I've done a couple that were like, okay, well, I tried, and that's okay. I tried. Okay, so there is my first layer. I'm going to squash it down. Now, one of the things that my friends told me in the last time I did, I could have dusted this with some cornstarch, and I did not do that, but that's okay. So one of the things my friends told me the last time I made bubble rolls live was that, like, because I kept getting in the middle like a really thick chunk, and they said to like kind of stagger the placement of these pieces like on here. So I'm gonna try to stagger it, see if I can learn from my past mistakes. Anya asked, do I ever use more fragrance oil? I don't really. I find that that's enough for me for my preferences. If your fragrance oil, like your usage rate, like I have a couple fragrance oils that have like crazy high usage rates. Like crazy high usage rates. That doesn't mean, that's not like an all-you-can-eat buffet where like you have to do it. It's just like, that's what they suggest. So, if there's like a crazy high usage rate and you feel like you can't get like a good fragrance throw without using more, like you could definitely experiment with it. It might throw off your liquids ratio, so you might have to be like a little bit careful with that. So it's a little bit cracky right here. It's a little bit like kind of cracked. So I'm just going to spritz it with some rubbing alcohol to make sure that those pieces are all going to stay together, and I'm just going to kind of give it a pat down to make sure I don't have like too many holes in my finished bars when I cut them. And that means it's probably a little bit dry, but it's not that bad. You can use, yeah, you can, I know that for some people finding 91% rubbing alcohol has been like a challenge. And in fact, my husband called me yesterday. He was at Walmart and he was like, they have 91% rubbing alcohol here at Walmart. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, you want some? I was like, yeah, baby, you know I do. So he hooked me up with like a bunch of rubbing alcohol, 91%, which is, it's been hard for me to find. That's the first time I've seen 91% just sitting on a shelf. So if it's been hard for you to find, you can use 70%. It is not easy though. I am telling you, it is like, I would only suggest doing it as a last resort. Like you cannot find 91% anywhere. Like, because it is way more difficult to use 70%, but it is possible if you need to. It's just not fun. And like, I feel like if I'm gonna do it, like it should at least be fun, right? Okay, so we have this kind of thing here. I need to flatten it down a little bit more. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. And I'm going to, I guess I could have centered this like better so I could actually use, I usually use the same sheet to flatten it as I do to put it on. And I don't have a rolling pin here because why would I have that in here? That just makes sense. So I'm just going to keep flattening it, checking on it, squaring it back up when it's like you know, gets unsquared. Flatten it some more. Susie says you just bought a bunch of 91% on Amazon. Ooh, that's exciting. Sasha says that you can find it every once in a while and you have a limit of 2. Yeah, that's... So, my friend Jamie Kirby lives near me, and so occasionally she'll send me a message like, hey, I'm at Sam's or whatever, or her fiance's at Sam's, and do I want the hookup? And I'm like, I'm never gonna say no. I'm just never gonna say no. So we've been able to find it like sporadically, but yeah, that was the first time that I've seen it. Just, I mean, I didn't personally see it, but that's the first time I know of that has just been sitting in the store since the start of COVID. So that was like, it was big. It was big. I was like, you know, other men buy their wives flowers, but my husband knows what I want, and that is rubbing alcohol. Thank you. Okay, so this looks pretty flat. It looks okay. Like I said, I'm not going to pretend that I am like the best at rolling these things, but I mean, I can get by. It's like I had I went to art college, and I had somebody recently ask if I could do like photography for them, and I was like, I mean, if it's product photography, yes, but if it's like people photography, probably not. Like, I barely passed my people photography classes in college, so you probably don't want me to do your, like, it's passable, but it's probably not like the best. You probably don't want me to do that for you. So similarly, my bubble rolls are passable, you know, like, I'm not gonna pretend that they're like immersion, but they're working. Now, I don't know if you guys can see from over there. I'll pick it up when I'm done and let you see, but the texture on top is a little bit crumbly and cracked. That is because I mean, like I said, when I was doing my layers, it was probably a little bit dry. Like, I probably could have added just a little bit more. The humidity is really low here today. I don't know why. So I probably could have added a little bit more rubbing alcohol, but I will show you a little trick for smoothing it out. And you can smooth out the pressed bars in the same way as I show you. And like I said, I probably could have added some cornstarch to the paper. That probably would have helped too. But where's the adventure in that? Okay, we're getting there. We're doing it. Making a big orangey orange roll. Okay, but I'm gonna roll it back this way just to get all that. I don't want to leave any of that goodness behind, you know. It has a very baked goods feel to it right now because of the texture. Like, I just feel like there's like a lot of bread energy coming off of this right now, which I feel that. So, like I said, pretty much everything is food for me. Okay, so here's this texture I was talking about where it's crumbly, right? So, watch what you can do. Now, it's like a little bit wet. I don't mind if they get like that flat bottom and the curvy thing, but you could like let them go a little bit longer if you want to. So I'm just spraying the top with some rubbing alcohol, and I'm going in there and smoothing it down with my finger. I could let it dry a little bit first if I wanted to, if I was scared that like it's too crumbly, it's falling apart, and I needed to give it some more time before I do this. But this is okay. I might still go in afterwards and clean it up even more. But here, I'll zoom in for you, like I can zoom in. But like, I don't know if you can see that. But you can just like literally cosmetic surgery that baby. Now, is it easier if it doesn't have that to begin with? Yes. So, you know, next time it's a low humidity day for me, might want to add more rubbing alcohol. Or next time if I see that the layers are cracking, that might be a good indication to me that it is a little bit dry and I should slow my roll, slow down a little bit, and clean and add some more rubbing alcohol to it first. But no big deal, it still works. I know what you came for. You came for the slice, so let's do the slice, okay? You're like, get to the slice already, yo. Okay. Came for the slice. Stay for the lolz. Okay, so I'm gonna just let's see what's going on. Ow, it's so small. It's like 7 inches. I wish I was like a little bit longer, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna just do 1-inch slices. Y'all, look at that. I did that. I did that. Oh my gosh. That looks really good, actually. Dang, y'all. Look what happened. I did that. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there and just keep on going down the line, slicing my bubble bars. Oh, what? That's good. That's good. I feel like Tom Hanks when he's like, I have made fire. Like, yes, I did this. I did this. Okay, so hopefully you guys feel like you could maybe hit that. If you purchased the Wonder Bar recipe and you struggled with the rolled bubble bars, hopefully you see now maybe something that's going to help you out with it and help you get it good and nailed. Now, for me, it just depends on the humidity, current humidity, as to how long it takes to dry. But usually for my rolled bars, it's been anywhere from like, lately, it's been anywhere from like 3 to 4 days, maybe a week if I have a dehumidifier in here. If I keep forgetting to turn it on, my bad, then it might take me a little bit longer to get them dry, but it really doesn't take too long to get them dry. And I'll go grab one off my shelf and show you how hard they dry so you can see. Let's do this one, and we have this guy, and I have some packaged somewhere over here. Where are you? Oh my gosh, I put them away, and okay, I lost them there. Okay, so this is one version. Like, bubble bars are meant to dry hard. When people say it's not rock hard, I mean, that's like subjective, but like if you smack it on the table, it's not gonna crumble it and break it. Like if I hit it hard enough, if I squeeze it hard enough or hit it hard enough, eventually it will break it. So it's, you can't say it's rock hard, but it's pretty darn hard. This is one I made with 70% alcohol. It's also extremely hard, but it was very difficult to work with, so I'll give it 1 star. Like, I only recommend it if it's your last resort. Okay, and then here it is as a bubble wand. Same thing. This one hasn't been wrapped since, I don't know, whenever I did the video with the pressed Wonder Bar video, which has been out like for a couple weeks. I made these, so they've been out and unwrapped for quite a while, and they're doing fine. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna scroll through and see if you have any questions, but like I said, go online to bathfizzinfoam.com. Make sure you're signed up. April 1st is when our challenge is starting, so we will send you an email April 1st with like handouts and some suggestions, like some, what is it called? mood boards where you're like ideas and stuff for you with like our current theme that we're doing. And so next Monday I'll do a live, and during that live I'll do a project that is related to it. So the day before that project, we'll send out an email that's like, here's everything that you need to complete the project that Robin's gonna be doing in the Make With Me Monday the next day, so you get all that stuff. And then the following week, Amanda, I know, right? Amanda, Erin, she's real. I don't just make her up. She's actually real. Amanda, Erin's gonna we'll do a watch party with Amanda, and then we'll keep rotating that all the way through the next couple months. So I hope that you guys are signed up and that you're excited for it. And I just am like glancing, but I don't see like a lot of questions. I just see like lots and lots of like hello, hi's. Oh, Carrie says, I look surprised that it looks like good. Yeah, I'm always surprised if, I'm just not like I can't keep a secret. So like if it surprises me, you're just definitely gonna know. Susie says, you haven't been able to get this recipe to dry really hard for you. Yeah, just make sure that you're like mixing it, giving it all that time to mix, and using the like the right amount of rubbing alcohol. So that's really gonna help. And just make sure that you're doing that. Can you use a soap cutter on this? Like, I've thought about doing that. I think it would probably be really satisfying. So anyway, guys, there's some links. I will include links at the top of this, but that's pretty much it. Happy making.